Yeah, big welcome to you, my dear Cancer, and of course, always a big welcome to those zodiac signs that felt like that this constellation has an inspiration for them as well. I always do the reading exactly on the day the moon is in your sign. That means when we look at the moon, we see Cancer constellation behind it, and when we look at the sun, we see Libra constellation behind it, highlighting the moon that is in your sign. Know that behind the Libra constellation is, in the big wobble, the age of Pisces, giving still energy into the path of love, into the subconscious. So the sun, which is obviously the center of our solar system, is in the moon, is in Pisces, is deep down in the subconscious. So there is, no matter what sign now for a month is ruled, right? The sun ruled by, which is Libra, it doesn't matter. Behind it is this energy of Pisces, the 25,800 wobble the earth does in its own axis. And to understand that, and that is highlighting you, which is now having the opportunity to look deep within into your subconscious. The yoga position for Libra is squatting and holding yourself in your own central heart space to be absolutely in balance through the hips and through the shoulders. And for you, I created Asana. You become yourself, the Sphinx or the horse that is pulling the chariot out into nature. And so you are facing yourself, right? We always face the central axis here where the chakras are aligned through the dualities. The court card that is connected to you is the Queen of Cups. She sits here at the shore and is looking beautifully at her cup. And if your birthday is between June 10th and July 12th, this is your court card. So I'm doing the reading with 12 cards in the 22 major arcanas, picking the first 4 and the last 4, and in the central row are basically then what is happening to you, and then to also the influence of the sun through Libra. And that is read from left to right, because it's the small cycle, it's the 365-day cycle that the Earth does around the Sun. And on your full moon, you're getting the full reading, which is from right to left, where you have your full moon. And so that I will read from right to left as that left spinning cycle, the wobble or the Earth does, and creates an age. Your last reading, where the sun was in Virgo, the message was turn around and see what the power of collaboration can achieve. You're looking at the Lover's card from Aleister Crowley, and behind you are the 3 of Pentacles. And here you are in the center alone in the ocean. And so the invitation was to look back or look around what a collaboration can do. Inspired by, of course, Virgo as that central energy, but behind it, always remember, is of course the age of Pisces, and the age of Pisces is the shadow side of Virgo. Let's begin. So now we have on the position of the Fool, we have the Page of Swords coming. The Page of Swords are all 3 air signs: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So since we have the sun in Libra, maybe there is a Librarian energy. Maybe all these young generations that have now the connection to the age of Aquarius, which is an air sign. And since we're counting the big cycle from right to left, we go from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And here he stands really beautifully with his plumage head and standing there, putting his sword down, and he is covered with this metal suit, protecting himself against all these mental attacks. And it almost seems to me like this is a protection against all the internet that we are exposing ourselves to. And you can see how the Fool is going into this direction from right to left, looking at, right, a new beginning. And the new beginning is kind of, we have now this kind of energy all over the world through the internet. We get attacked quickly, no matter how we behave, someone is always there attacking that. On the position of the Magician comes the Circle, the number 8, and the 8 is above his head, letting him know you are master of the infinite, because you're the number 1, and these are states of consciousness in our mind, and the Circle is an invitation to letting you know that in the 8, in this infinite number, lies a community, lies now the power to bring the energy forward in the 365 cycle, right? He is slightly looking down at that. He's looking more forward. He's looking at you. And here now comes this Circle. And the Circle are the new tribes that create out of all these different hands. They create then a community. On the position of the High Priestess comes the King of Pentacles, the Prince of the Chariot of Earth, which is a Taurus. And Taurus is the energy of finances, is of all the banks and institutions. And the High Priestess is letting you know, have a look at that. Have a look how you handle your finances. Have a look how you're working with these finances. Be diligent. Work with others together. Create a community where you can maybe bring in more of an understanding that the mental attack brings then a security to the earthly resources that we are feeling are fading, and why there are wars around the world is because people want these resources. And Taurus is the only one that can protect that, because he's very earthbound. He's like the Taurus here, the bull. And so you are invited to become, or to see that you now have to bring healing into that. That you have to not only occupy yourself with the feeling of the cup, the healer, healing the earth as well now through these waters that you are giving into the earth. On the position then of the Empress comes the World. So then the world will benefit from the work that you do through a Taurus. So either there is a Taurus in your life that is helping you to see that, or it's just right now the High Priestess is bringing you that energy so that you can actually become grounded, that you can become not only emotional but also grounded on the earth. You are on the shore and you don't have to rely on others. You can get grounded yourself. And so here there is this World card, the number 21, which is a 3, and the Empress is a 3 as well. And we see all 4 fixed signs, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio and Aquarius. So Taurus is here, right? We have Taurus as the court card, the King of Pentacles, and you have Taurus, the bull, here in the world. And the world will become more grounded in a sense where new values will be implemented into that, which then creates a new society, creates a new awareness. Now comes your card, which is the Eight of Pentacles on the position here of Cancer. Right, so I go from the Empress directly to your card, and I will also for a moment have a look at the Court card, but I just want to bring in now the Eight of Pentacles as Sun in Virgo. An 8-8 portal is opening. You have an 8-8 portal saying, okay, the work has to be done. You can do that work because for some reason you are getting that on your position. So the success, to be successful, is speaking to you through the Sun in Virgo. And the Virgo is that building strongly a community, building strongly now new foundation for the world is at stake, is speaking to you directly. And so if I put her here as that next card, right, as that, okay, I can come in the small cycle, 365 days, she comes here, and she's actually, through the healing work that she does, she can help and make things grow and flourish. But if I put her here in the big cycle, from right to left, she knows that this is behind her, and so she can continue her healing. So there's two different ways of looking at it, right? Here, she is facing the big cycle. She is facing like the Fool is facing the big cycle. Then the Magician is looking straight at us, right? And also then the High Priestess and the Empress. The Empress is sitting into direction physically in the small cycle, but she's looking straight at us. So she's already saying, yes, I give birth to the next generation. I give birth here to the world. And the world is physically also turned into the small cycle, but her head is looking over into the big cycle. Right? Always remember, there's the big and the small cycle that I am including, because I ask myself, why do these people sit this way or that way? And the answer came then through studying further and deeper, that one is a state of consciousness that goes from within to the out, and the other one is a state of consciousness that goes from the out to the within. We need both. And the outside to the within is the small cycle, 365, which I read from left to right. And the state from within to the out is the big cycle, which is going from right to left. For a lot may be confusing, but eventually you will get the gist of it, right? Because that's what I am including, is my own studying here, and I am changing constantly these readings. And this is where I am right now, right? So there is a stability that's wanting to come to you, and you see that no matter if you're here or here, you are creating and implementing that. Continuing now into the Wheel of Fortune, which is also neutral, there's no zodiac sign connected with it, comes the Weaving Flowers, the number 33. So you're getting a 3-3-3 portal. 3 times 3 is the power in being powerful. And it looks like she knows that. It looks like she is understanding the white and the red head, the white flowers and the red head. It's reversed. Usually the white is up and the red is down here, but she's wearing a red dress. And there's this white flower petals coming down to her. And so there's an oxymoron in the card itself, but we can see that there is an empowerment within this woman because she understands the 8 here. She understands that she has power over. The more she learns something, the better she can control or actually work with these elements. On the position of Libra, which is now influencing you as the sun, giving the light into the moon, comes the Empress. So here is you, moon in Cancer. Then comes the Wheel of Fortune and Libra, which is then giving the light into your moon. So the Empress is the number 3 again. And it looks like there's 2 women that are empresses. She's an empress for me as well. She's empowered, 3-3. And so you're working on yourself. You're working on yourself to get further and deeper into a higher consciousness, because this is 3-3-3-3 portal, 4 times the 3. And 4 is the heart chakra. 3 is the power. Have the heart to be in the color green, which is connected, the circle that is here connected to the world. Be empowered. Use your power. Use who you are as a healer to help others to understand that you can bring now very important, very powerful messages to this world, a justice to this world, and you are actually arriving through Libra in this, a very powerful position, a powerful position that is saying, I am wanting to be powerful, and I want to have that influence and help this world to become a better place. On the position of the Hanged Man, which comes down right after Libra, is this beautiful stone, and the stone is the raw morganite, which is a 44, which is then a portal. And this portal is letting you know that the crystal has the power to, through the Hanged Man, right? In the Hanged Man, we see how he's hanging upside down, how he's letting go, how he is bringing himself into a state of consciousness through inversions. And the raw morganite is saying, have sensibility, have a gentleness, have empathic energy, have compassion, have the gift of being vulnerable, and have also forgiveness in general. And it's saying that every stone here in time can be changed through water. And even water is soft, right? It has the power to change something gently over time. And this is exactly who you are. You are bringing gently, but also strongly, the energy to now bring deep healing to people. Deep healing, you becoming more and more a master. You becoming more and more in that infinite empowerment through Virgo, right? Sun in Virgo. The water that is now coming to you, speaking to you as that is then your gentleness, your beauty, your energy that you're bringing to the people by helping them to heal, right? Through the water, a stone can be changed and shifted. On the position of the moon, now we go to the last 4, moon, sun, judgment, and world, comes the 33. Now you have 6 times a 3. I mean, it's really a big message. And so you have, right, the world on the position of the Empress. Then you have on the position of the Wheel of Fortune a 33. On the position of Libra, you have the Empress. And now, that's 4, you have another 33, which is then 6 times the 3. The third eye to see that when you're gentle, then you can also use the joyful muse as an inspiration to bring through music, through art, through dance, through poems, this new healing to people. This healing that you are mastering with the 8 of Pentacles, and the healing that you now embody in the way you show yourself, in the way you live. Through Libra as the Empress, you are an Empress, you are empowered, you are really strong and empowered, and now you bring this gentleness. And the Moon that is saying, yes, come out of the deep waters, come out of this, you know, at the shore. You know exactly what it means to be deep in the waters, in the emotions, in the feelings. Now come out and show us how you do it, how you help others to heal and overcome energies. And then on the position of the Sun, you get another 33. That's 8 times the 3. That's like unbelievable. And it's very interesting because yesterday I began again the Wim Hof ice cold bathing, because it's cold enough now, the water. It's like 15 Celsius here at the Lake of Constance, and I am, you know, getting now today this card as like, yes, in the ice crystals, the way they form. We have snow, but here she lies and she's like hibernating, or she's almost like she's saying, I want to understand in the dark what the dark Sphinx does and the white Sphinx. So you have actually both here, and it's almost like a little bit like this, right? You have the dark above in her head and the white down here. Usually it's the opposite around, and now you can see how this is fitting really perfectly to each other as an inspiration that you bring through this muse, through the inspiration. You bring now through the Sun also an awareness to the people that no matter where they are, they will feel it through the waters, because you are water and water. You both, you, all good queens are water, but you are water as an element. So you have water, you have ice, you have snow. Water can have so many different forms and still collects its energy. The message is in the water no matter what. And the Sun, which is in Libra, but behind Libra is the age of Pisces, is bringing that the path of love needs to be continued also by you, and that she is bringing that energy, the Sun, right? And then on the position of the Judgment, and the Judgment is that awakening, is that I step up, I stand up, and I will listen to what I need to awaken back up to, which is collaboration. And you can see these two working together, collaboration. Creative people can be inspired by sharing and stimulating creativity in others. The number 45, which is then a 9. But you have here at this position 8 times the 3. That's like the Earth star. That's the age of Aquarius. That's the card number 17, which then also connects to the card number 8, which is Leo, which is in the world here, a fixed sign. And Leo is the shadow side of the age of Aquarius. Like Virgo was the shadow side for the age of Pisces. And here comes the 9, and nevertheless we're learning more and more to also, when we're in the dark, to realize that there are things that are awaken us. There are things that we maybe discover now also by the ice melting, that maybe the shift that is happening is necessary for us to realize what has been hidden under the ice. And so now there comes a collaboration, there comes a hope that when we awaken to this, we can work with others. We don't have to go against each other. We have to work with each other. And then on the position of the world, which is of course then the 3, comes the 10 in reverse. But in this deck, the Muse, there is no meaning for a reverse card. For me, it just means exactly what I see here. Right? The red on top of her head and the white flowers back down here. It's just the wheel of fortune has turned, and we are in the feet through the age of Pisces, and of course through the age of Aquarius we go into the calves. We go now a step up. It's spinning. So the wheel of fortune is saying everything is spinning, everything is changing, everything is shifting. And you understand that very much because you have 8 times the number 3. 8 is the star, 8 is the hope, 8 is the age of Aquarius that is now upon us, and that you are realizing that you understand that. And so you are working with others, you are collaborating, you are creating the circle, right? And that's what brings you then into the 9, into a completion, and from the 9 into a 10. And then the 10, right, is letting, of course, him know everything comes and goes. And whatever I learn, I will learn again in another round, much deeper, much more profoundly, and it's never ending. It just never ends. I mean, the whole energy is just circular, and we are constantly shifting and changing, and become aware that everything is here so that we can learn. And no matter how we see the perspective, the 8 times 3 is like, oh my God, I mean, you are learning to see really that the world is ready. 8 times 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. The world is ready for whatever you want to bring, whatever gentleness, and also how different the water or the ice, or water then becomes ice, is, and is influencing us and is shifting us. So here you are. This is your message, 8 times 3. What does that mean to you? I leave it to discover it for yourself, and hope I see you in the next reading, because then the earth is spinning in such a way that we see behind the sun, not Libra, but then we see Scorpio. Scorpio is opposite of you, the King of Cups. So we're going to look deeper into the emotions and the feelings. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.